Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so happy you decided to watch my video. I hope you really stay, I hope you subscribe, and I hope you scroll down to my other channels and watch it. Thank you so much. And if you're a returning subscriber, I really appreciate you coming back to watch today's video. I'm super excited. Thank you so much. So today, as you can see, I am making my own braids. Yes, I am making it 100% from the beginning till the end. But since you're already watching me make the hair, I'm not here to talk about making the hair because you're watching it. This is my first time doing voiceover, so I don't know how it's gonna go. But today I'm here to talk about, from the title you already know, bullying that happens in Nigerian boarding schools. Yes, a lot of bullying happened there. And I know you've been seeing it on the internet and all that, but it is true. So when I was in ninth grade, I attended a school in Nigeria. I'm not going to say the name so I don't put them out of business. But I attended that school as a boarding student. A boarder, that's what we call it. You know, you live in the school there. You can only go back to your family when it's mid-term break. So, before I went to the school, I already had an elder brother that was going to the school. He started the school from grade 6. Is grade 6 just one? I don't know. From the beginning of high school, grade 6 or grade 7. They started the school there. And I was in a different school while he was in a boarding school. And also, before I attended that school, I already had a family friend too that was in that school. So my brother and my family friend, they were both in that school. My family friend, he was in my class, right? While my brother was like 2 classes ahead of me. So I would say that before I came to the school, my family friend already told my classmates, there's a new girl coming, y'all should make her feel at home, something like that, prepping them for my coming. So he already told them that I was coming, so they were, I guess they were ready, kind of, so they were like, oh, waiting for the new girl. So when I finally came, I was very nervous at first because I'm like, I cannot imagine not sleeping on my bed, not sleeping with my family, sleeping with a bunch of strangers in a room. So it was nerve-wracking at first, but I'm like, I'm a big girl. I'm gonna do this. So when my dad dropped me off there and my clothes, books, everything. So I was given a uniform and all that stuff. You guys, the first night, I did not even go out to eat because I came in the afternoon, right? The night, I did not go out for dinner because I'm like, I don't know if I want to eat. The next day morning, I did not eat breakfast. The next day lunch, I was just eating snacks, junks, Breakfast, I did not eat the next day. Lunch, I did not eat. So dinner, my classmates were like, hey Precious, go out for dinner. You must be hungry. You've not been eating. Da. I'm like, no, I'm okay. I was just in my little shell. You feel me? So I finally went out for dinner. Dinner was great. It was not all that, but it was hot bread is better than puff puff, you get. So it was good, but it was not good. Good, yeah. So, well, before we go into the next day, that same day, all my classmates, literally all of them made me feel welcome. But before I went to the school, I felt that, a big room would just be you and your classmates, sleeping in the room. Not that, it was a mixture. But when I went there, I found out that juniors or seniors or your classmates or all of us are inside one place. And they had like different houses. It's not like houses shop, but they call it house, like red house, blue house, yellow house, green house, purple house, all that colors of building. Okay, so I was in blue house as at that time. So in Blue House, I was thinking, oh, in Blue House, you're just gonna sleep with your classmates, have fun and all that. But in Blue House, there were seniors sleeping there, juniors sleeping there, and my classmates sleeping there. So it was like, I don't know, it was just too many people. It was just too many people that I was not used to sleeping around. So I had to just get used to it. Fast forward to after 1 week of feeling welcomed, I met almost everybody. All my classmates were so pretty. The girls were super, super gorgeous. Everybody was just so cool and good and nice and all that. After 1 week of being there, I was going out for break, right? The school session was over and we were going to our hostels, dormitories. So I was in the dormitory downstairs, just sitting and just watching and thinking and stuff. And there was this senior girl that came to me. She was in Blue House too. She was in Blue House with me. So she was, I'm not going to say her name too. I'm just going to call her, um, I'm going to call her Rat. So, no, Rat is too, I don't know. I'm going to call her Sam. SAM. So Sam was like, hey, Precious, please come and do something for me. And I'm like, okay, what? And she told me, go buy this and this and this. She mentioned 3 things for me to go buy. And I was like, okay. And she was leaving. Like, after telling me, she was walking out. And I still stood there. And she turned around and was like, what are you waiting for? Go. I'm like, go. You did not give me money or something to go buy it. And she's like, well, figure it out yourself. And I looked at her, I'm like, how am I going to figure it out when you did not give me money? And she was like, well, before I get to my room and count to 10, go buy what I said you should buy and bring it to me on my bed. And it was, you guys, as at that time, I was still very shy, timid. I was not as outspoken as I am right now. Right now, if it was at this stage that this happened, it would have been me and her. Literally, me and her, we will fight it out. But because I was still a little girl, I was small, my mind was not too wild at that time. So I'm like, okay. So I used my own money, like, because your parents are going to give you what do they call it? Pocket change. Like, they'll give you money to, like, buy stuff. Every parent does that. I guess some parents, I don't know, mine did. So I had to use my money to go buy something for this senior. And I went back and gave it to her. And she said, thank you. And told me to leave. That was the first experience. And you guys, I did not let it slide. I had to go tell my brother that I feel like the seniors are bullying me. Because the seniors are his classmates, right? But, like, the male dormitory is somewhere else. Sorry. While the female is somewhere else. So I had to tell him that so person that's your classmate, she is bullying me. She took my money and told me to use it to buy something. I told him all of that. I did not keep anything back. With time, it started getting worse. Literally, it got worse. To the extent that a senior is going to see you sleeping very early in the morning. She's going to wake you up and give you her bucket, her empty bucket, and tell you to go downstairs. You guys, me saying go downstairs to fetch water, right? That was the struggle. The struggle was real, right? So you're going to take your own bucket of water. Obviously, you're going to need water to shower. And still, you're going to take that senior's bucket of water and take the both of them and go and fetch it and bring it back. Can you imagine? Like, those seniors, they have legs, they have hands. They are not disabled. They both have hands and legs. But they would prefer the juniors to go and do these stuffs for them. And the day this happened to me, right? I was going with my bucket, and a senior was like, not even from Blue House, it was from Red House. And she was like, so you're gonna take just one bucket to go and fetch water? And she gave me hers and said, fetch the both of them, like fetch mine and fetch hers. And I was like, I cannot carry two buckets. She was like, go and try. Like, they don't even say please, or like they don't even put any ounce of, sympathy. They just do it like it's their right to use you while they're still in school. And I had to do it. I fetched mine, fetched hers, took hers to her corner where it was, and it was draining. It was draining. You just have to keep hiding from them so they don't have to send you on unnecessary errands. They really drained me and other people. I don't know about other people, but I'm just talking about myself. They drained me mentally, physically. Every way you can drain somebody, they did that. And it's not just the seniors from the Blue House, from red, green, purple, every color you can think of. All the seniors from those houses drained the juniors. And something I learned after like 1 month of staying there is that if you have a senior, right, that is your family friend or is your friend, you easily get away from stuff like this. But being the new girl, I didn't really know no senior girl. I just knew my brother who was a senior boy. And the boys' corner is way, way different. Like, they don't have nothing to do with the whatever happens in the girls' hostel. They don't have nothing to do with that. So, the fact that I didn't have no senior friend, it was just me and maybe my classmates. But most of my classmates had senior friends, right? So seniors will not just treat them like trash, cause I don't know, cause they're friend. I don't know. You just know what I'm talking about. When you have, like, for example, let's say I have a senior that's my friend, her classmates who are seniors are not gonna treat me like trash, because a friend's friend is a friend, something like that. So because I did not have any and I was the new girl, they were just rubbishing me. No be lie, they were rubbishing me. And it got to a point where I was like, you know what, I'm going to report. And I told one of my classmates I'm going to report. And she told me that it's of no use, that she's been here since grade 6. And she has reported once, but it was worse on how after she reported. Like, when you report, there's no evidence, there's no cameras or anything to show that these seniors are actually bullying you. The only thing you have to say is just say it. And they'll be like, oh, we'll look into it, okay? And that's it. They're not gonna look into anything. And then somehow, Sha, the seniors are going to find out that you reported, and they're going to make things worse for you in there, because whatever happens in that room stays in that room. So when they find out you're reported, they're gonna worsen the punishment. They're gonna so it was I was like, I don't know if I should really, really report, because if I do, I sleep with these girls in the room. Like, they can literally press my neck and I'm gone. I don't know what they're capable of. I don't know any of them. I don't trust these seniors. But honestly, they behave psycho, all of them. The annoying part is, one midnight like that, right? A senior woke every single junior student in Blue House. Why? Because somebody messed her corner up. And she does not know who that is. And she woke everybody up at like 3 a.m. and was like, nobody's gonna sleep till somebody comes out and say that they actually did that to her corner. Okay, now when I say corner, the room is like a very, very big room. So everybody has a bunk bed in their corner, like bunk bed, everywhere. So her corner was messed up, right? I think somebody spilled water on the floor or something. A sensible person would just look for something and clean the floor, and that's it. But she wanted to make it so dramatic. She woke every single junior student up It was like we have to produce who messed up her corner. And we were all sleepy, we were all yawning, we were all tired. It was I was so annoyed. I'm like, what like it was, I don't know. It was really a very painful experience because I'm like, why would somebody be this wicked? And you guys, up to date, I really, really hate that senior. And my God is going to judge her, Sha. God will judge her. Because that thing she did that night, she kept us awake from 2:30, 3 a.m. ish up till the next morning. People were tired. People were like, okay, it's me. Like, even though it's not them, but they just wanted to just take the blame, clean up her corner so everybody can go to bed. I think somebody finally did that after we like stood for 1 hour, 30 minutes ish. Somebody now said, oh, it's me, and just cleaned it up. And she said, oh, you can go to bed now. Everybody went back to bed. So this bullying has been happening for years. Like, right now, everybody's now seeing it on social media and stuff. But it has been happening. Bullying from seniors in boarding schools, even though not boarding schools, like day schools that you go and come back home to your house. You're not living in schools. Those kind of day schools, seniors are still bullying. And that is something that needs to be looked into in Nigerian schools. But we're not ready for that topic. We are not. We are not ready to discourse that because this has been happening. Seniors who treat the juniors like they're errand girls, errand boys, that they we are paying the same school fees. That's the shocking part. We came to school to learn. You came to school to learn. I came to school to learn. But when you treating me like trash, it's just, I don't know. It's pure wickedness. It's not even cruise. I need to just sit down and just be thinking about everything I went through in that school. I'm like, I cannot believe I was just there and letting the seniors trample upon me like I'm some footmat or something. But like everybody, I'm grown now. You cannot do that to me. No, you can't. It's gonna be me and you. That's it. As at that time, I was still young. I didn't want trouble with nobody. I was just, my eye was not open. I was not woke yet. But now, you can't. So that's just something. And the mistake I made was not opening to my parents about it. It drained me. My grades were down because there was no time for that. The seniors are always telling you, go do this, go do that. It was like you were a nanny for them. You were literally their nanny or their maid. If you're a junior in a boarding school, just consider yourself a nanny because they would drain you physically, mentally, spiritual, every single way. They will drain you. Because that's why at the end of the semester, I was not okay. It was like a lot were going on. My grades were not good. I swear, I'm not gonna come here. I kid you not. My grades were not good. I was not okay mentally. I was like, I needed a huge reset. I really needed to reset my head. Because staying in that type of environment for almost 4 months, it was, that's something I don't want anybody to go through. So if you're attending a boarding school or you attended, you're already done and now you're in university, you really need to speak up because there are people out there. You guys have been hearing stories of stuff that have been happening in boarding schools of seniors beating up juniors. That's exactly what's been happening. Once they tell you go do something and you don't, they will beat you up. And there's nothing you or anyone can do about it. Because if you go and report, there's no evidence. There's no cameras anywhere. They will beat you up if they tell you, oh, go and buy stuff. They will not give you money. They want you to use your money. Okay, by mistake, you don't have that kind of money. They're going to give you a list of snacks you should go buy for them when they have their own money, but they're not going to give it to you to go buy. They want you to use your money to buy it. So this is stuff that really needs to be talked about in Nigerian boarding schools. And if you're currently in a boarding school, you need to open up to your parents. I did not. At that point, I did not because I know that my dad does not take nonsense. At that point, I did not report to my dad or my mom because I felt that they were gonna take it too far, and then I'm gonna get punished again from these girls or by these girls. So I did not. So I just hope that you guys help to spread awareness of stuff that are happening in these schools. With that being said, thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate it. I had fun making this. Subscribe. And also, after subscribing, please, 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 please check out my other videos, and trust me, you're gonna enjoy it. Thank you. God bless.